Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to one more video. The first one of the year. Um, have a little bit of free time. There hasn't been too much work at the office lately, so had some time to spare tonight. So I decided to make a quick short video, see how's everybody's doing. Um, Hopefully you guys got a great vacation. I certainly enjoyed mine with my family. It was pretty good. I was disconnected for a couple of weeks, not much of anything pretty much. I just did a tiny bit of work and that's it. Other than that, great vacation, pretty tired. But yeah, had a great time and enjoying spending time with my family. My oldest lost a tooth over the holidays, so she not only had a visit from Santa, but she also had a visit from the Tooth Fairy. So yeah, that was good. I got sick almost at the end of the holidays. Um, I started with my youngest, and now I still have a little bit of the coughing. So if I cough here making this video, forgive me. I'm still not 100%. I learned from my dad that coughing takes about 20 days to really leave your system, which sucks. 20 days is a lot of time. Um, I think I'm on the last legs of it because I am coughing, but I'm not coughing as much at night, which is good because sometimes I cannot even sleep when I cough. I just cough too much. I'm not taking really anything. I only take medication or anything unless I'm really, really sick. For the most part, I just leave it to naturally leave my body. What I do take, which I wasn't um, really pro natural things or whatnot, but in summer with my girls, with two of my girls got sick. The doctor said, "Look, I cannot really give them any antibiotics, nor I don't want to, anyway. So you're gonna have to let this pass. But what you can give them is tea, honey with ginger tea, just that, honey and ginger tea. You can find it. I found it in the organic section." Not with the regular teas, but in the organic section. I don't know, every place may be different. But we tried, we give it to the girls, they like it, and it seems to help. My wife shortly after got sick, and she said it was amazing. So when I got sick that time, obviously, I tried it, and it really helped with my throat. And since then, I recommend it to one of the guys at the office. He swears by it again, and so yeah, it's really good. Honey and ginger tea. So other than that, nothing. So I'm starting to live in my body now. I just have a little bit of cough here and there, not much. I can sleep, which is good. So yeah, and the reason why I made this video, this is not going to be a comic book video. I have a few hobbies. My main hobby, obviously, as you know, as you probably guess, is comics. Those are my main things. I do have some action figures, as you can see up on my head. I have a little bit of them. So I collect some action figures, especially Marvel Legends, the Star Wars Black Series. And if there's anything that comes out that I like and I really love, Hot Wheels. I've been buying some Hot Wheels. My brother-in-law, he's the one that got me into it. He's a huge collector of Hot Wheels. He had a huge collection of them. So I got into the Hot Wheels. However, I only buy comic book related Hot Wheels, or the Ghostbusters or Back to the Future, something that is very iconic. That's what I get. So anything comic book related or very iconic, those are the ones that I get. Actually, the only other, this one I just buy it in a dollar store like this. Is the Cruella de Vil. I thought it was pretty cool. So I got that one. But mostly it's basically anything related to comics. I got a bunch of Batman, Justice League, the Marvel ones. Some of them are pretty amazing. But today I wanted to talk about another of my hobbies. I have a small little video collection. the things that I like the most, or the movies or the series that I enjoy and that I love, I buy. I have showed you some of the cartoons that I have. The Spider-Man 66, I made a video about that one. I showed you guys the early Marvels, the ones that came out in the 50s, I think, from Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. Those were great. So over the holidays, I did a little bit of purchases of some of other movies that I like, and I'm probably gonna start showing you guys to show what I like and what I recommend. Of course, that all goes what I about what I enjoy. Maybe some of you will enjoy the same thing, and then we can start talking about that. So yeah, so I decided to make this little video about a little bit of a movie haul. Every month, I buy 1 or 2 movies here and there if they're cheap. If I can find anything cheap, I don't buy anything expensive. Any TV series that are expensive, I don't buy. Movies can be more than 10, 15 bucks at the most. Now, when I started my movie collection, I started to find out that, same as with the comic books, there are some movies that they have been of a so short release that they're also pretty expensive. I mean, they're not ended up costing thousands of dollars like comics, but I mean, they're freaking expensive. Some of the movies that I have looked upon, they're like 150 bucks to buy the movie, and like, that's insane. So yeah, so I mean, it can be pretty expensive, but the ones that I get is just pretty much, I don't pay more than 10, 15 bucks at the most, 20 if it's a small TV, like a season or something. But that's it. I don't really like to pay too much unless it's something that really merits it, which there are a couple there from what I want to show you that I'm probably gonna have to spend like about 50 bucks to get them, but I'll have to wait. I'm a little bit spent for the holidays. So I'm gonna start with Billy and Ted Excellent Adventures. Great classic movie. I remember watching the first one. The second one is not really that good. The second one is not really that good. The first one, this one is the best. This is the Blu-ray, and yeah, I think I'm happy to add it to my collection. There was some rumors that they wanted to do another one, Billy and Ted number 3. Keanu Reeves and I believe the other guy is Alex Winter. They were up for it, and they say, hey, yeah, we want to do it. There was even a picture that went around the internet of those guys reunion, I guess. So I don't think it's gonna happen. I hope it's gonna happen, but well, in the meantime, I got it now in my collection. I also got this one, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is a Blu-ray release. I was super happy to get this one. I remember watching this movie a long time ago, probably when it came out. I cannot even remember. I mean, this one is an oldie too. I think it's 1988. This is one of those hilarious horror movies, kind of like how some of the Freddy Krueger movies was. I mean, Freddy Krueger was scary, the first movies, but then after that, they kind of like started to put a little bit of a twisted humor on them. And yeah, so Killer Clowns from Outer Space is another classic from horror, type B movie, I guess. I really recommended it. You're gonna have a fun time with it, especially if you like the old style horror movies. This is a classic. I really super enjoyed this one, and I was happy to get this at a very cheap price. There were some DVD releases, and but yeah, super happy when I got this one. That was pretty awesome. This is in Spanish. These are 2 movies of El Santo. For those who don't know, El Santo is a very classic wrestler from Mexico. Huge. It's iconic. There are many iconic wrestlers from Mexico, but El Santo is probably in the top Santo and Blue Demon. I'm gonna say, even though that I think Blue Demon have a little bit of better success in terms of wrestling, and I'm not gonna say success per se, but I think he won a little bit more titles than El Santo. Can't remember well, but El Santo is at the top. It's with the most iconic images from the wrestling from Mexico, and even from the movies, because this guy, he almost invented the spy movie style. I mean, here you got the wrestler with a turtleneck and his coat jacket, and he had a radio watch in some of the movies. So he had some of the gadgets from that time, and they were almost like James Bond type. He made tons of movies, some not as famous as the others. I mean, these two, I don't even know. Santo and Anónimo Mortal y Santo y el Águila Real. Damn, I don't even know what the movies are all about. I just saw El Santo and I just have to grab them. Sasha Montenegro is on one, and Irma Serrano, La Tigresa, is on another one. Two very famous actresses. These are probably from 1973. I thought it was a little bit closer to the 80s one, which the 80s movie on the Mexico City, it was pretty bad, pretty crappy. But no, it's 1973. So, but yeah, I found out that they're not making movies anymore from El Santo. They're not releasing them, at least in DVDs. I own a few, so I'm trying to grab whatever I can, because eventually I'm not gonna find them. I mean, I found this one. I found them in Amazon, which I was surprised. I bought another one, but I haven't got it. But I found it for a very decent price. Last time I went to Mexico, I bought some, and now I learned that that they're not making it anymore, because now they are published them in a streaming platform, Blim, which is from one of the biggest TV stations in Mexico. So that's why they're not releasing them anymore. So whatever it is in the market from previous releases, that's all that it is. And I don't think there's going to be anything else in the future. I do hope, but in the meantime, I'm grabbing what I can. There's a few famous ones that I don't have that I'm going to track them down and see if I can find them on eBay. But yeah, pretty good. Oh, I just dropped one. And then finally, I got a bunch of Godzilla movies. I love kaiju movies. And I love Godzilla. Godzilla is one of my favorites. I think with this 4 that I got, I pretty have almost the entire collection. There are like 20 some Godzilla movies, and I'm not including the previous release back in 2000 and some from the US, which was horrible, with Matthew Broderick. Shin Godzilla was good, but I'm not included also either that one, which came out in Japan last year or 2 years ago. And I'm also not including the last Godzilla movie that Hollywood made, which was also okay. Talking about the classic Toho movies. These are the classic. These are Japanese spoken. They have English dubs, but I obviously enjoy them in Japanese audio. I'm not 100% sure if they are US edit. Some of the movies, of course, when they wanted to bring them to the US, they added small little frames just to appeal to the Anglo-Saxon or the US or North America public. I'm not too fan about that, but hey, I take what I get. And what I'm happy is that at least they all come with the original Japanese audio, which is good. So I have Godzilla versus Gigan, or also called Godzilla on Monster Island. I had Godzilla in 1984, The Return of Godzilla. Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, or Ebirah, Horror of the Deep. And Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, or also called Godzilla versus Hedorah. So, great movies, great classics. I mean, I just love this type of movies. And like I said, I'm just missing, I think, 4 out of the 20-some movies that were made by Godzilla. Fortunately, those are very expensive. I just searched for them. 2, they have them in Amazon. They're quite expensive. And then the other two, they do have it also in Amazon, but they're like over $100. I mean, one of them is Godzilla versus Violante, and the other one is the Zone of Godzilla. But I can't find either or for less than $70 or something, and I'm not willing to pay that for those DVDs, to be honest. The other two that I'm missing, I believe, is Godzilla Destroys All Monsters, and there's another one that I can remember that is also very popular. The other two, they're like, one is $30 and the other one is 20. So I may fork it as soon as I have a little bit of money just to have them here in my collection. And the last two that I'm gonna have, I'm gonna keep hunting them in Amazon, see if I can get, or in eBay, more say, see if I can find it cheap. But definitely, if they're not less than $30, I'm not gonna buy them. They're gonna have to stay out of my collection. So yeah, this four in particular were I was very happy to get, very happy, because yeah, it's part of my collection. I also have the Mothra ones, and Gigan is another kaiju. Really good. If you enjoy Japanese cinema and the kaiju, the big monsters like King Kong and whatnot, you gotta watch this. These are classic. If you like it, Rampage. Yeah, you gotta watch this. These are classic. This is very classic. I really love it. And Godzilla is one of my favorite monsters. He's up there with Frankenstein and the werewolf. But yeah, Godzilla's amazing. So that's it, guys. This was my little video haul. As I'm getting more videos, I'm gonna start sharing with you guys. That's another part of the collector in me. I don't have that many, but what I have is things that I love. And so yeah, that's it for today, guys. Hope you have a great time. Hope to have a good week. Hope you had a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.